I came across this story right here on my Twitter account, and this is going to pretty much explain why that whole gender fluidity thing is just simply not going to work. Because people like the one I'm going to tell you about in this story are going to take that to heart, and they're going to really start to affect your children. So in this picture, you see a man by the name of Joseph Goldbrick. He's 45 years old, allegedly. And this guy self-identified himself as an 8-year-old girl, and they found a collection of child pornography in his possession, and he cited it as free speech. First of all, I don't know any 8-year-old that, one, has a porn collection, and two, even knows or should know what porn is. But see, this whole gender fluid thing, people are going to take it and they're going to run with it. This man is, first off, a grown man. He has the XY chromosome, but he's identifying himself as a minor girl with the XX chromosome. That in itself is a problem. Everything about this is an issue. But you have people out here that says, live your life, be who you want to be, and all types of things like that. But see, what it is they'll never put any type of stop, I guess you can say stop in motion when it comes to something like this. But see, this is the society we now live in, and it's getting spooky out here. As a matter of fact, it's not getting, it is spooky out here when you have people like him running around. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the story and see what else comes up. A pedophile who argued that he identified as an 8-year-old girl and that his act of looking at child sex abuse images was protected under free speech laws was sentenced up to 20 years in prison. Joseph Goldbrick, age 45, allegedly was convicted on 3 counts of child sexually abusive commercial activity and using a computer to commit a crime after dozens of child porn images were found on his Grand Rapids home computer, including some of the children being raped. After being booked in jail, the accused did not help his case by acting as his own lawyer and openly speaking about his disturbing sketches and conversations. Also, during his sentencing, he told the judges that the photos recovered from his computer were computer animated. I've always been an 8-year-old girl, and even in my drawings and fantasies, I am always an 8-year-old girl, he said. However, the police have identified 8 of the victims who feature in the pornography stash recovered from the pedophile's home. Some of the victims were between the ages of infancy to 5 years old. During the trial, Assistant Prosecutor Daniel Helmer held Goldbrick as a danger to the public. Even during the trial, the defendant continued to draw, talking about raping babies in the Kent County Jail and making other statements about how this is his constitutional right to continue to do so. Listen to what this man is saying. This goes beyond the fact that he says he claims himself to be an 8-year-old girl, whatever. But now he is basically putting out there what he would like to do. He is telling you that he feels it is okay for him to look at these images of children being molested and being raped, and he's getting off on that in the courtroom. 20 up to 20 years is not enough. This man needs to be in jail for the rest of his life. But let him be in Gen Pop, and hopefully those on the inside found out about his story and let them deal with him accordingly on some Jeffrey Dahmer type stuff. That way there won't be a chance for him to get out. Because if he was to serve 20 years, he can get out when he's 65. Goldbrick, a convicted sex offender from New York who was arrested in 2018 after a missing 17-year-old girl from Ohio was found at his home, also claimed that he had the right to look at child abuse photos and videos because it was protected under the First Amendment, a claim that was tossed out by the prosecutors. Did you hear that? So he is doing all of this under the guise of the First Amendment right, saying that he has the right to basically be a pedophile and look at these images of minors because it's protected under the First Amendment, according to him. Based on everything he said and done, including bragging about what he was drawing in his cell, he obviously doesn't think that child sexually abusive material is wrong. This isn't just virtual stuff. This is also real people being harmed. He also likened his prosecution to the Holocaust. Under the law, Auschwitz was legal. What you're doing here is wrong, just as Auschwitz was, he said. I would no sooner have sex with a child than you would have with a rattlesnake. It's just not safe. Yeah, they need to deal with him when he gets in lockup, if he isn't there already, for real. Like, I've read stories before involving pedophiles and everything, but this guy has no shame. He is proud to be a pedophile. And the thing is, he does not see himself as one. He sees himself as an innocent little 8-year-old girl who just happens to have a child porn collection that just contains graphic images of children put in very harmful and dangerous situations. That's the kind of person you do not want to be near. But should you have to come across with him, you make sure that you are strapped for real. And also make sure you don't have your kids around either, because he's the type of person that looks like he will snatch your kids up. I saw some other mugshots of him. I even saw one where his glasses was crooked. I said, yeah, this guy's off. Yeah, he's not right in the head whatsoever. He's about as sick as an actual mental patient. I'm glad they also didn't try to give him no insanity plea or nothing like that either, and just throw him in jail. But up to 20 years, that's nowhere near as much as he should receive. But then again, we live in America and they cater to stuff like this. So it is what it is, I guess. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this sick, disgusting, and disturbing story down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, and I will talk to you in the next one.